Hello everyone and happy Easter! I'm Miss Rachel and I am so pumped for what's about to happen. Before we get started, there's only one thing you need to know. Easter Jam is for everybody in your family. So if you're a teenager, this is for you. You too, parents. And if you're a younger kid, get ready. We're about to have some serious fun. And we need you to lead the way. Adults, buckle up. This is Easter like you've never done it before. No matter who you are, we want you to know that Easter Jam is for you. The only way not to have fun is to not participate. So look around. Is anybody missing? If so, hit that pause button and go get them. We're getting started in 3, 2, 1.
Easter, a time for fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies. And then there are the weird parts of Easter, like fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies, which is interesting. But what does all this stuff have to do with Easter? And if this holiday is about more than candy and wearing uncomfortable clothes to church and lunch with your relatives, what makes Easter happy?
Okay, hear me out. There are two kinds of people in the world. People who love these, and people like me. I just don't get it. How could you eat something so cute and grainy? Let's see how your family feels. Show me a thumbs up if you love to eat these things, and a thumbs down if you don't. Okay. There are a lot of different opinions out there. No matter how you feel about eating Peeps, you're gonna love this game. Your family is going to face off in the greatest peep jousting competition of all time. I'm going to explain how it works and then I'll let you start. First, divide the room into 2 teams. Next, take 2 Peeps and assign them to a team. If you don't have any Peeps, no worries, big marshmallows will work as well. Team A gets Peep A. Team B gets Peep B. You can come up with cooler names than that, like Lord Sugarcoat or Sir Sprinkles. You get the idea. You can also use a marker or a Sharpie to decorate your Peeps, to give them some personality. Draw a mustache, or give them some mean eyebrows, or a fancy outfit. Let your creative juices flow. Next, you need to prepare your Peeps for battle. Stick a toothpick in each Peep to prepare them for battle. Think of a toothpick as a joust, or a lightsaber, or a sword. Just depends on how serious your family is about this competition. Make sure the toothpick is facing forwards towards the other Peep. Place the 2 combatants on a microwavable plate. No social distancing necessary. You want the Peeps to be close together and facing each other. Finally, it's time for the big event. Gather around and put the plate in the microwave, setting the timer to 45 seconds. You won't want to let it run that long. In fact, don't let it run that long at all. Then press the start. Watch at a safe distance until the Peeps drop their toothpick sabers and one touches the other. The toothpick that touches the other Peep first wins. As soon as this happens, you're going to want to stop the microwave. Trust me on this one, families. Okay, it's time to do this thing. Don't forget to snap a picture of your photo finish. It's time to go. Press pause now and I'll wait here. How'd it go? Who won? I want pictures. Head over to the SV Kids Facebook page and post them with the hashtag SVC Easter at Home. I have to admit, that was a little bit more fun than I thought. And also, this happened? Are you ready for another game? Put down the plate of Peeps. For this one, you're gonna need your laundry basket and socks. Lots of socks. Clean or dirty, doesn't matter as long as you have a match. If you need to go ahead and grab those things now, press pause and I'll explain the rest. Got your basket and socks? Great. Now, choose 2 people to play. You'll also need 2 people to be the scorekeepers. To get started, dump all the socks on one side of the room. Don't worry, those socks will make their way into the basket real soon. Then place the basket on the other side of the room. When I say go, players will grab a sock, go through the pile and find the matching one. Roll the socks together in an egg shape, and then toss them like this into the basket across the room. The player with the most socks in the egg basket at the end of the time wins. If you don't have a scorekeeper, you will have to keep count. That means everybody's on the honor system, all right? Parents, I'm looking at you. Okay, if needed, press pause now to get everything and everyone in position for the game. I'll wait here. Everybody ready? All right, great. We're putting a 1-minute timer on the clock. The Easter egg throwdown is happening in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, families, come back over here. Who won? Okay, that was wild. Whoever won gets, drumroll please, socks! Just kidding. Adults, make sure whoever won the challenge gets a special treat today. Maybe one of these things? Okay, maybe not. I hope you're having fun so far. We're celebrating today because today is Easter. If you don't know the whole story of Easter, that's okay. Today we'll talk about what makes today, maybe more than any other day, a happy day. Before we get there, I know you have a lot of family and friends who would love to hear from you. And to make that happen, you have a few options. Pause this video and pick one of those challenges on the screen to wish your peeps a happy Easter. Okay, so I just got like 9 texts from our crew saying happy Easter. Thanks, fam! That's nice. Even though we're celebrating a little bit differently this year than we ever have before, that's okay. Easter is still happy. And that's not just because of the peepers or the Easter basket or the chocolate bunnies, although those things are awesome. It's still happy because of what happened thousands of years ago at the first Easter. It's the world's most powerful story, and yet so simple. It's so simple that it can be told with laundry.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in His very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that He made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts, and minds, and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear Him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God, love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and His disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome Him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest Him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted Him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with His friends, He told them that He would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, one of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest Him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent Him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have Him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release Him. But a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of his own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then he died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely he was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took his body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. A huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now he was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me." Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down his life. Through God's power, he defeated death for all of us, and sin was washed away. One day, he's promised to return, so we can live with him forever.
Wow, I hear that story every Easter, and I'm always amazed. I mean, God sent Jesus to the world to remind us that he is greater than anything that can go wrong in my world. The simple fact that Jesus came back to life is proof to me that I can face anything bad that happens to me. I like to think about it this way. I can because Jesus is alive. I can keep loving because Jesus is alive. I can be brave because Jesus is alive. I can have hope because Jesus is alive. Here's an idea. Take a few minutes and add to this list of things that you can do because Jesus is alive. Answer this question as a family. How would you fill in the blank? I can blank because Jesus is alive. Pause the video while you discuss. When you're finished, meet me back here. Awesome. I love conversations like these because remembering what God has done in the past helps me to trust him with what's going on in my life right now. I hope that's true for you too. And I hope you spend the rest of the day making happy memories with your families. To get started, here's one last challenge. For this one, you'll need to decide who is a technology genius in your house. Maybe it's a parent or a step-parent, a grandparent, or even an 8th grader. Either way, decide who that person is. Got it? Awesome. As soon as this video is over, I want you to go outside and take a family Easter photo. You can be dressed up or in your PJs. It can be totally normal with smiling faces or silly with one of those filters that turns your face into a bunny or a potato. No matter how you do it, take a family photo and make it awesome. Then share it to social media. Remember to use the hashtag #SVCEasterAtHome so we can see your family's Easter style. Maybe now more than ever, this is a time to celebrate and remember God's faithfulness and the hope he gives us in Jesus. After all, that's what makes Easter so happy.
The greatest day in history. out. Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. Forever I'm changed. I'll never be the same. When I stand in that place, realize meeting face to face, I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. In this joy, perfect peace, earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate